Hey everybody, welcome to Yoga Fundamentals, where we break down a lot of the common positions and even the common transitions that we use through yoga and any kind of yoga practice that you may do. The first one, downward dog, downward facing dog, otherwise known as the A-frame. So with this position, we start with hands and knees. We can approximately say hands under shoulders, knees under hips, but everybody's joints are going to be that little bit different. So you're getting somewhere comfortable. With the shoulders over the hands, there's going to be a lot more strength just to lift up. Always advised to do a little bit of wrist stretching and movement first. I'll put a link below in the description. You can click on that. So starting in this tabletop position, we're going to tuck the toes. You're going to push on the hands to keep the shoulders strong and lift the tail, lift the butt. Everybody's going to be a little bit different here. You can take your feet hip width or further apart. The hands can be far apart. You can even take the hands forward to really get that A-frame look to the body. Some people will have tight hamstrings and back of legs, their knees may be bent, but we're trying the best here. Everyone will change as time goes on. If you can push the head and chest back towards the feet, that's a definite position that we want to get the body in. It'll bring the stretch under the shoulders. You may even be able to push the hands into the floor as well, just a gentle shrug of the shoulders. And then even trying to lift the tail or push the butt up to the ceiling. Maybe those heels will sink slowly to the floor. We will all be somewhere along this continuum. Maybe a little bit far forward. What we don't want to be is shoulders over wrist in this plank position. That's taking a lot of strength into the actual shoulders and wrists themselves. When you push back, you should be able to feel that tail going backwards, and then there's less stress in the wrists, and the forces sort of move through shoulders and hips and legs a little bit more equally. So if you're in this shape, I like to pedal a little bit just to get the calf stretch out and the lower legs. Again, if you push your hands into the floor, you'll feel the shoulders shrug, and you may need to come down at any point, so please do. But we're aiming eventually to get into a position on a real functional level where you're getting this stretch under the arms. So I've got deeply bent knees, but I'm pushing my chest and head back, and I'm feeling a great stretch under my armpits. If I want to shift that into the back of my legs, I try to straighten my knees or let the heels sink a bit deeper to the floor. Coming down out of there. As always, come down when you need. Don't stay upside down just because I'm there for that length of period. Wriggle the wrists, move them, circle them. Maybe you're sitting on toes to get that toe stretch as well. Practice this once, twice a day. If you've never done this before, it'll help build up the strength in the wrist, the strength in your arms. It'll help create that flexibility and length in the back of the legs at any time. So just to go over quite quickly, shoulders over wrist approximate, hips over the knees, you're tucking your toes, you're lifting up. This is sort of the beginning. You're trying to push the tail back, so you push your hand into the floor, shoulders stretching, the head and chest push back to the feet, maybe the knees are straightening, maybe they're bent. Explore it. Take the feet wider apart, take the hands further apart. The fingers don't need to be facing forward. You could always turn the fingers out slightly as well. Everyone's arms and wrists and shoulder joints work a little bit differently and grow a little bit differently. Just have a few breaths here if you're still in the shape. Slowly lower down. Downward dog, A-frame, a really important transition and posture that we use, especially through any kind of flow yoga. But in a sense, a really great position to get that blood flow and blood pressure changed in the body. The head is lower than the heart. The back of the legs, the back of the body is getting stretched as well. Good way to build strength in your arms and just to get the body in a different position, and a position that you don't spend most of the day in. I hope that was helpful. Come back soon. Subscribe to the channel so you get regular updates about when new videos have been uploaded. Thanks everyone.